let's face it, by the time I was between 10 and 12, I was able to care for myself. The Queen of Down syndrome is 19, and she still needs us to care for her. So, we're going to take you through some tips, tricks for the caregiver, for the child, and how to get through a sick day. I am the Queen of Down syndrome's sister. I have been raising her for the past 19 years alongside my parents. And this channel is all about me sharing my experiences with you guys so you can have a wonderful space for your kids. So let's get into it. Like I mentioned, the Queen of Down syndrome is 19, and unfortunately, there was something going around her school. She got it, a few students stayed home, and she gave it to Princess Pete. If you ever have a special needs child, you know that they just hear the word sickness and boom, they got it. So what did we do? Well, the first thing is to make sure the Queen of Down syndrome is comfortable. So for her, it could be a box of fidgets. It could be, she's older, her phone. It could be her soft blanket and just stuff that she likes and in a space where she likes it. So sometimes it is in her bedroom and sometimes it is on the couch. But the key is that she needs to feel comfortable. Another thing that we have to look out for is that when you and I get sick, we can actually, most of us can say like, oh my goodness, my head hurts, I don't feel well, let's go take a Tylenol, let's go take a Motrin. For the Queen of Down syndrome, it could look very, very simple, such as an odd behavior. And for her, again, it's been 19 years, it'll be like, oh, you have an odd behavior, are you sick? She'll say no, we'll go to the doctor, and yeah, you actually are sick. So we have to look out for these things and then immediately give her comfort items, because that leads to the next tip is the body needs to be at rest as much as possible, because we all know this, the more the body rests, the quicker it heals. Now when you have someone who has special needs, they don't always know what rest looks like or means. So we do let her go on her phone more than usual. We do give her comfort items more than usual. And you know what? We just sit there quietly because her body needs to rest. Which brings me to the scariest thing of all, and I've seen this on so many of the chats and Facebook groups I'm part of. Hydration, nutrition, hydration, nutrition. Is a nightmare. Our kids don't want to drink on a good day, and now you say you're sick, drink double, and it's like, oh my goodness. So a few tricks is get a really cute water bottle, one that has the lines filled in, make it special for sick days, fill it up with water, put in some flavor packets if you have to, and by flavor packets, check out the Queen's channel because she's always trying out new flavor packets. And, you know, kind of make it a game. Can you drink through it as much as possible? So that deals with the hydration. If your kids like, I'm not such a fan of them, but like on sick days, better this than that type of thing. So yeah, they may eat a pretzel, a piece of bread, but that's not nutritious. So we may offer a shake. We recently found the Kate Farms that's been working for us over sick days. Now the Queen of Down syndrome is so lucky in one way in that she does have a feeding tube. So when she is sick, yes, we try to encourage her to drink by mouth, but we, thank goodness, do not have to fight that battle. And I've seen some of you, and my heart goes out to you. So for her, we'll actually take her feeding tube, put in a full Kate Farms, another equal amount of water, and so she's getting her hydration, she's getting her nutrition, and I can't even tell you, oh my goodness, what a difference it makes. Rest, nutrition, hydration. If those are the three things you can get into your child, that will make a world of recovery. And sometimes something as simple as strep throat. I believe the Queen was out for 3 days, whereas when I had it when I was younger, basically after my first dose of antibiotics, I was on the mend. So to get them to a place where they could recover, is not always easy. Another tip is again, you know, your kids do have some sort of a schedule, but not like a crazy schedule. So it may look like wake up, have a sip of water, wake up, choose your flavor packet, whatever the case is. Let's say in school they start off with breakfast at, you know, whatever time they get to school. So they may not want to eat, so maybe offer them like, hey, you don't want to eat, have a sip of, you know, a nutrition drink, or have a sip of whatever you have on hand, water. Just try to keep to that schedule. Let's say learning time is between this hour and that hour. You're not going to say, hey, we're doing learning time, because again, We want the body to rest, but you may offer, like, by the way, do you want to read a book? You're kind of substituting some sort of routine. Bath time stays the same, bedtime stays the same, meal time should stay about the same. And again, they're most likely not going to be eating. So offer them, oh, by the way, it's 12 o'clock, it's lunchtime. Do you want a protein shake? Do you want a sip of water? Just try to keep the routine as simple as possible. And even if it's something as, again, we offer choices, something as simple as, hey, in school you would be doing blank, would you like this now? And it just kind of keeps the brain on schedule, and you're asking them, you're making them feel part of the decision. The Queen of Down syndrome said no for the day she was sick, but just hearing it, she went to bed at a normal time, she slept at a normal time, and it just helped her recover fast. And the last thing is, I know this is the scariest, caregivers, mom, dads, guardians, babysitters, whoever you are watching this, take care of yourself. I know it is not easy. I know. And I can't say it enough because I am guilty of not taking care of myself, but take care of yourself. And here are just some quick things you could do. You're not going to feel better per se, but it's going to make your body go, and you can at least say, I tried to take care of myself. So some of the tips that I do to take care of myself, and like I said, I know it's not the best. I have the Queen of Down syndrome who is 19 and has Down syndrome, and I have Princess P who is 2, a regular 2-year-old, doesn't like to settle, and she has 1p36 chromosome deletion syndrome. And when they're both sick, is it not easy to get through self-care? But here are some things that I do. Number 1, it's okay if they cry. Go to the bathroom. In the past, I have been guilty of that. I literally fell to the floor with pain. Go to the bathroom. It is okay if they cry for 3 minutes. Number 2, shower. I know this is a big one. I'm a single mom. It's huge. Get yourself into the shower. Again, it is okay if they cry. And remember how I said before, try to set up some sort of a routine? Set up a routine. And when they're supposed to be in bed, maybe bedtime's going to take longer because they're achy, they're in pain, get yourself in the shower the second they're settled down. Another tip is, I got 2 more. The second to last tip is, this is a little funny. Have an emergency stash of comfort food that you could either snack or sip on along the way. For me, it's Mountain Dew. I have an emergency bottle of Mountain Dew that if it ever gets crazy, I'll be like, for Princess P, her comfort item is her Tony box. For the Queen of Down syndrome, like I said, it's her phone. So for 3 minutes, one is on the Tony box, one is on, the phone. I'll run, take a sip of Mountain Dew, and get back to all the chaos. It just sounds stupid, but it's like my brain saying, hey, this is for you. You deserve this. And get back to the chaos, get back to the care, get back to, because let's face it, we're not in a hospital where we can take our shifts and go home. We're not in a doctor's office where we see a patient, go home and enjoy it. We are on 24/7 for the duration of the illness. And like I said, this was 3 days straight. So this is important. Just tell your body, tell your mind, this Mountain Dew is mine, sip, sip, back to chaos. And the last thing is, and this is really for me the hardest thing, because I like to maximize my time, although I'm not good at it. And if you have any tips on how to maximize your time, please leave it down below because I am dying with pain management. But one of the tips that I really, really try to go by is, if it's quiet and calm, sleep. If they are on the phone on Tony's box and it's more than 20 minutes, lay down next to them, lay down on the couch, close your eyes, nap. They are safe and you can feel them. If they both happen to nap, in my case I have 2, at the same time, take a nap. My brain tells me, clean up after the kids. And you know what? Reality is, I'll clean up in 3 days when they're all better. No, I'm not going to leave the food out to rot. No, I'm not going to leave garbage. Take a moment, nap, and get back. Because it is not possible for parents and caregivers to be at their A game. It's just not. But by taking these little steps, we can care better for our special needs and neurodivergent kids. If you have any tips or tricks on how to get through a cold day with one or more special needs / neurodivergent children, please let us all know, because this is something I know we all struggle with. And if there's something specifically you want to see, like I said, I have been the sister to the Queen of Down syndrome, caring for her for 19 years. I now get to redo this with Princess P, and the stuff that I have learned along the way is not possible to share in these mini videos. So let me know specifically what you want to see, or if there's a struggle that you want to hear, and I would be happy to make a video just for you, because this place, although it was inspired by the Queen of Down syndrome, this is a place where we can learn, build a community, and grow together. Thank you guys so much for stopping by.